Hey, what's up, everybody? Guys, I don't even know what to say. I've got an idea to bring food into underserved communities of Chicago. And just an idea. But, like, like sometimes I think about where I am right now and like the real, like in the world, like being completely broke. Quit my job about 2 years ago, 27 months ago, to take on this journey of getting the fuck out of where I am. I'm just a fucking kid that grew up on the southwest side of Chicago, near Midway Airport, in Marquette Park. Um, but so I'm 48. You know, sleeping right now on the couch. 70 G's in debt. A lot of it's student loan. And, I was like, man, you know what? I don't know. I just couldn't see a future in doing what I was doing. I was working in the gym. And I don't know, I fucking quit. I was like, let me just try and start this idea. I had an idea for some other product. And while I was working on this one, well, let me just tell you, I quit my job like fucking 30 months ago. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Forget this. It's crazy. Like, what am I doing here, right? And it all kind of stems from me just transitioning, me losing weight. It was a journey. It was a big journey. I lost 90 pounds. I learned that I had a gluten intolerance. All those two things literally fucking changed my entire life. Like, legit. Like, my whole life. Completely changed. Different person. And because of that, I don't even know what I was talking about. So, because of that, that, because of my personal experience, I'm like, man, you know what? Maybe I'll help people share that. And then I'm gonna throw out this idea. I don't even know what I was talking about, dude. Here I am, just, dude. It's just crazy. Like, I'm just here sitting, just working, like learning, because I'm a fucking dumb motherfucker, dude. I don't know shit. Like, I'm literally learning all the time. I have to learn. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, I listen to him all the time. Like, he's like, he's my mentor. He's like literally my mentor. I listen, you just hit play, and just shut the fuck up and listen. And he had said something that was really cool. So, I don't know, dude. I just listen to him. Just listen to him. So let's move on. So what am I doing? I'm fucking lost. Quit my job like 30 months ago, dude. And so I was at Polsky Center. And I had met, excuse me, I had met some people from the Restandi Center. Because they had mentors there. So talked to them a couple of times. Got a lot of positive feedback. Because I told them the idea. I was like, hey, I want to bring food into food deserts using this method. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. You know, it's something that's being done before, but it's just a slight tweak on it, and that's where the difference is. That's where, that's it. So I got a lot of good feedback, and then and then while working on this other project, because it was more, I had become more of I had to learn Fusion 360, but I had to learn more of product development. It wasn't like look, freehand, free form stuff. But anyway, while doing that project and meeting with the Restandi guys, a couple of them, and then I started meeting with other mentors because I kind of got through something together really quick. I was like, I threw some like a PDF, like got it printed, and then I just started meeting with them, and with every person that I met there, got a lot of great feedback. Every person that I met pulled a gem out. Everyone, everyone. So it's about just listening to people. You gotta listen to people that are smarter than, not smarter, but just that have done it. You know, like, I always use the analogy in my head of Michael Jordan because I'm from Chicago. So it's like if Michael Jordan was here and said something like, "Hey, you wanna learn how to drive to the hole, or win some championships, or score some points, or do a turnaround fade shot," you're gonna listen, right? You're gonna listen. So when I learned that I should listen, then a lot of good stuff comes to you. so so from listening, I was like, okay, so this sounds like it might be a good idea. So I just kept meeting with people. I met like maybe 6 or 7 people, just because I wasn't. I guess I just want to be sure. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just, it was another idea. So you're like, man, because it's a big fucking like it's like I'm trying to bring plant based food into what some people consider some of the worst health in America. I was reading this article last year that they said there's a 30-year gap, but I think they were. I mean, you can look at the article, but my thing is, I think in general, yes, Inglewood does have some poor health, and it's right down the block. I'm on 63rd and Kedzie. It's 2 miles east. Check out some of the other videos I've driven through there, but that's the idea. And sometimes I'm just like, man, it's like a food desert. People are gonna want to eat it, and that's the next thing I have to do, because that's the next thing on Gary Vaynerchuk. We gotta. That's my. I have to prove. I'll make thesis. I have to try to prove myself wrong. I've got an idea. As soon as I get this, I'm working on this patent because when I had met at the I also met at the Coleman Entrepreneurship. I was at the. I went to Paul Alumnus, so the Paul Coleman Business Entrepreneurship Program had a alumni and student contest. So last year I went and I went and applied. I went and spoke with them. But what it was is when I had got there, they had asked me a question like, Jose, what's your differentiator? And I was like, what do you mean? In my head, I was like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to bring some plant-based foods there. Nobody's there. And then he walked out. And I was like, okay. I continued with the rest. But when I got on the ride home, I was like, what did he really mean by that, right? Like, I don't think I understood that. I was like, what's my differentiator? But like, what makes me different? And then I was like, it's this. It's this apparatus that we're working on. And so from there, I was like, okay, cool. So Jose, you know what you gotta do? You've got to get some IP on it, right? So that's your differentiator. So once I left Coleman, and I was like, okay, great, I learned that. So right now I'm working on that, and then once I have that, that's my differentiator with a provisional patent on it. So in my head, I'm like, okay, that sounds like the right next step. Again, I have never done this. So sounds right. So let's see. So and it's kind of cool how I reached out to Paul because again Gary Vaynerchuk was like, hey, or I was listening to somebody that was talking about just reach out. Who's in your I forgot what to call that word, but who's in your network, right? And I was like, oh, I'm a DePaul alumnus, so I reached out to DePaul CDM and I said, hey, I got an idea for this, and then I kind of met with some other people, and I got invited to come down and pitch it, and then I pitched it, and then I met with some other people, and then kind of like stayed with DePaul. And then from Coleman, they told me about the DePaul Idea Realization Lab, and that's where I'm currently at right now, because I'm currently working on a prototype, so and doing some other design stuff and just having fun. So Idea Realization Lab has been huge. So it's kind of cool how it all just kind of stemmed from just for a whole year, and here we are right now. And I've got actually a mini prototype at the lab that I'm going to show you guys next week once I finish this off. And once I show off the little prototype, then we're going to prove myself wrong. We're going to go into the neighborhoods. We're going to start doing a podcast. I did a first podcast, and you know, I started doing it. So I'm just trying to get, like, guys, I listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's like, you gotta be putting out 50 pieces of content a day. So I'm trying to just get out there. You know what's funny? I sent that email out to, all right, I Facebooked Sonia Harper and asked her if she'd like to do my first podcast. She hasn't replied. I might email her. But she started the Food Desert Law. So that'd be kind of cool. She grew up in Inglewood, so that'd be kind of cool to interview her. But for right now, that's where we're at, you know? Just a broke guy that changed his life. You know, and like, I wasn't a nice guy. Like, I wasn't true to I wasn't true to who Jose was. Right? That's, like, I guess being nice and good is relative to you. So in my eyes, I just wasn't a good person. I would do a lot of stupid shit, deceitful stuff, manipulative stuff, and it was getting me nowhere. Nowhere. That's short-term shit that might seem cool, but that never wins. And it took me a long time to realize that important. So a lot has happened in my life. Well, again, it's relative, so not a lot, but just from just being overweight, having a food allergy, and then cleansing my body from that, and still cleansing, and still learning more about nutrition. And so it's an ongoing process. I'm never gonna stop. I think that's what the podcast is gonna be about. Just me trying to learn more things. You know, why not? I mean, who doesn't want to learn about being in great shape, right? So we're doing that, and fuck it, dude. This is just a quick. I didn't even know what I was gonna talk about. So that's it, guys. That's what's happening. Follow me along. See if this. See if we can, dude. See if we can bring plant-based products into underserved communities of Chicago, more specifically Inglewood. Can you imagine how that would look like? A store that just sells only plant-based foods, free of the top 3 allergens in America, the top 8. Whew, boy, man. And it's gonna be all futuristic, 2.0 technology and shit. Augmented reality? What's up? So, again, guys, it's an idea. And it's probably out there already. You know, as soon as I get it done, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, we got that made already. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, dude. We'll see. Guys, watch this. Watch. See if it's literally, I'm going to show you the idea, like, next week. And then we'll see what the fuck happens. Let chips fall where they may. All right, guys. Deuces. Later.